Today at 10:40, our officers, along with the fire personnel, responded to a dog attacking a child in the 1500 block of Limeleaf Lane. Upon arrival, the officers, as well as fire, began life-saving techniques. Upon the fire's arrival, they took over. The police escorted the ambulance to Dallas Children's. At that point, the medical personnel began working on the child. Unfortunately, the child succumbed to his injuries. At that point, it turned into an investigation. We had our animal control respond to the scene where we took possession of the dogs. The dogs were confined in the house. They were not loose. The resident at the location, she attempted to pull the dogs from the infant unsuccessfully until the officers got there, at which point she sustained some injuries as well. This is certainly a tragedy. Our fire personnel and police personnel worked very hard to try to save this child. The child was one. This is an ongoing investigation. We're going to work alongside our Dallas District Attorney's Office for any further comment. With that said, if you guys have any questions.
Is the child lives in his home or just visiting that day, or how was that?
So the child was being babysat at that location.
You say dogs. How many dogs were there? How many did y'all retrieve that were part of this attack?
There were 3.
What talk about what type of dog?
So they were shepherd mix, approximately 80 pounds.
Were all 3 involved in the attack?
Yes, there were evidence that indicate that all 3 were, in fact, involved in it.
So you said they were confined. Like, is that like a cage, or they have their own area, like kitchen?
So confined, they weren't running loose. The dogs were outside. Somehow they made their way back inside the house where the incident took place.
Could you speak on the relationship between the child and the homeowner? Was it her child, family friend?
So it was a, really don't want to get into that at this point since it's still under investigation. So I can't answer that at this point. I apologize.
Is there a potential, I know it's early, but are you looking at possible charges?
It's still in the air. We're looking, obviously we're going to work with the Dallas County District Attorney's Office and the family of the deceased to figure out our best course of action moving forward.
You said babysitting. Is this a legal daycare or just a family friend taking care of the kid situation?
That's still under investigation as well. We're looking into that as we speak.
Were either 3 of you at the scene?
No.
And all 3 dogs belonged to the homeowner?
That's correct.
Any other incidents that's been there before?
No, sir. Not involving the animals.
You may have touched on this already if I missed it. Will the dogs be put down?
Once we begin this process, we'll certainly go through our procedure. I believe that is a part of that process.
But it has not happened yet?
No, it has not.
It's just the dogs are in custody with animal control?
That's correct, yes. We have them in our Tri-City Animal Shelter.
Okay, maybe like 1 or 2 more questions and then we can wrap this up.
Were there other children in the home at the time of the attack?
There were.
How many other children were there at the time of the home?
I'm not sure. I can't answer that accurately. I believe 3 other, which were unharmed.
I'm so sorry. So 3 other? And 2 adults? Or how many adults were in the house? Or just the 1?
I believe just 1.
Was it a 1-year-old boy?
Yes.
Is there any thoughts from when you talked to the homeowner of kind of how this happened? I know you said the dogs came in somehow. Did she give you any kind of indication that she heard them come in, then she heard the ruckus, anything like that?
That is part of our investigation, and I can't provide that information at this point.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Fireman, anybody want to say anything?
Or anything to the family? I mean, this is heinous what they're having to deal with now. They dropped off their child and now they don't get it back. Any words for them?
I'm sorry?
Any words for the family of the child?
Absolutely. Our hearts go out to the family. There's no question this is a tragedy. It's important for all animal owners to ensure that their animals are confined. And if there's kids around, to ensure that there's some adult supervision around in case something like this were to happen. Thank you.